According to the National Student Clearinghousing Report from 2008, 1 out of 3 undergraduate students that attend a four-year university drop out before receiving a college degree, while 39.6% of these students that attend a four-year university finish out college and receive a degree. With this being said, it's pretty clear that our educational system has had some flaws in the past couple years, and that these numbers will only continue to increase as time goes on. So one solution that students can potentially pursue over a four-year university is attending community college. Through the explanation of the college selection process itself, how community college can benefit students as they further their education past those 2 years, and how community college students save a lot more money compared to four-year university students, it would be pretty clear that not all students need to jump into a four-year university. Sometimes community college can potentially be better and a safer route for certain students. So as I stated, 1 out of 3 undergraduate students at a four-year university drop out before even receiving a degree. That can come directly from the college selection process itself. Trudy Bears, a writer for the Journal of Research in Higher Education, discusses one approach that high school students take when selecting, going through the college selection process, which is called the multi-purpose process. The first part of this process is the predisposition, and this can come from your parents being alumni from a specific college, or you were cheering for a specific university in sports when you were growing up. Anything like that is a predisposition to why you might want to attend that university. The second part of the process is the search process, which typically happens in high school, figuring out which schools are applicable for you and which are out of the case, and which the last portion is the choice itself. So some problems can arise when students are going through this selection process. One of those problems is students can feel peer pressured into selecting a college right away if their family members want them to go to a specific college, or their friends want to attend the same school as them. It can put a burden on certain students if they aren't actually ready to make that big decision. Another problem that can arise is students can pick a college that is dissimilar to their family's social capital, which basically means, if a student's relying off financial aid and student loans to pay for college, selecting an Ivy League school or a school like Notre Dame or any prominent school like that is pretty much out of the case, just because it's going to be pretty much impossible to pay off all those debts and all that money without like scholarships or stuff like that. The next portion of my speech goes on to how community college prepares students for furthering their education. So David Plurvis, a writer for Issues in Higher Education, talks about learning communities within community colleges. Basically, he describes learning communities as, smaller groups that get together to discuss, the fundamentals of becoming a better student and, to becoming, the person they want to be as they grow up. It's a good way of getting their feet wet into how, college will be once they move past that community college. They have a chance to see how the college classroom is with how professors conduct their classes, the kind of material that you might see in specific college courses. It gives them a chance to really get a feel for what college will be like as they move on. Henry Casper, a writer for the Bureau of Labor Statistics, author of The Changing Role of Community College, states that community college is a gateway to a bachelor's degree. And when he described this, he talked about how community college credits can transfer very easily to other universities. Not the case for every specific school, but majority of the time, if if you want to attend a specific college, they will work with you to get your credits transferred so that you don't just show up to the university empty-handed. He also discusses how, as I stated earlier, that students get a chance to get a feel for what college will be like with their classes specifically. If a student were to go to a four-year university, he might experience, or she might experience a lecture of 100 to 200 students. At a community college, you won't get that. You'll have much smaller courses, but at the same time, you will get a chance to see what it would be like to be in specific college courses and get a chance to see what it will be like later down the road. And overall, the biggest problem I think that most college students face is finances, and that leads me to my last point: is that community college is a lot less cheaper than four-year universities. Maureen Henderson, writer for Forbes magazine, said in 2010 and 2011, community college students on average paid $2,713 in their tuition. That is a tenth of the tuition of a private four-year college that four-year college students would be paying. Moreover, if a student's applicable for a Pell Grant, on average they'd get around $1,700, which that itself would pay off more than half of the tuition. Obviously, that students probably won't use all of that Pell Grant just for their tuition. They have other student expenses, books, and whatnot. But that right there could potentially pay for half your tuition. Maureen Henderson also discusses how community colleges, since they're a lot cheaper, it gives non-traditional students a chance to get back in the classroom if they had gone away for a period of time. She described non-traditional students as anyone who's like a parent, a part-time student, or someone just trying to get themselves back into the workforce or workplace. It gives them a chance to, as I said, get back to what they started with their education, but also it gives them that opportunity to as I said, to get back to learning and furthering their education, but they don't have to deal with the big college experience that you might see or feel from a four-year university. So it is pretty obvious that in today's society, a college degree is pivotal for future success. However, a four-year university is unrealistic for every person. Some certain people have other obligations and deal with other issues that may prevent them from going to a four-year university. So through the college selection process, getting an understanding of who you are as a person, making that decision by attending community college can help you with the decisions you'll make later down the road by learning through